Chad. Where is it you came from today to attend this year's conference?
I traveled all the way from what's referred to as the Silicon Prairie, also known as Des Moines, Iowa, so right in the middle of the U.S.
Perfect. And tell me your story. How or why you got into Agile?
So it was 2008, and we had a new engineering manager, and he asked me to come over to this group and help them learn the Agile practice. And then my response was, what is that? And he sent me to a class up in Seattle. I was the first available one, and then I took it, and I was like, oh man, why haven't I been doing this for the last 10 years? And then I kind of came back and said, let's do this. What do you need me to do? And he kind of gave me the budgeting and kind of got started that way. So that was my first experience, was in 2008.
Perfect. And why did you choose the topic you did to speak on at this year's conference?
Yeah, so my topic is component versus feature versus mixed teams and what works in a large-scale organization. And we've gone through a very large transformation of all over 600-700 people, and what we learned is it was in our first team structure, it was really hard for us to figure out how to actually deliver features that went across multiple teams, and we pretty much had to waterfall it every single time because we just had multiple handoffs and we could never figure out if a feature was done. So now we've gone to full feature teams, and now some of our components are lacking. So there's definitely this mix of what is the right way and how many component versus feature teams you need. And with 80 plus teams, it's definitely a balancing act of features versus components. Sure. So I thought it'd be good for everybody to understand how our transition from components to features to mixed teams kind of have, and usually you can use that at any level in any Agile transformation.
Perfect. And one of the themes of this year's conference is hunting Agile elephants. Can you give me an example of an elephant you found to challenge an organization?
Yeah, I would say that our elephant was our culture. Just in the organization I am in, it's just the culture was not set up to be in this, utilizing the Agile principles. We just never. It just was not. It was more important to follow the documentation than it was to actually writing working software. So we were totally flipped in the entire manifesto. So I would say our elephant that we hunted was our culture that we had to change. And I think now our organization has jeans day every day. We have pop machine, we have ping pong tables, foosball tables, and that stuff 2 years ago just never existed. And nobody in our organization or any other of our other factories even had something like that. And you can just see the people's perception of coming to work now it's just a 180. People are just super excited about coming into work now. So I think that whole thing of Agile and the cultural change that we had just unleashed everybody's ability to get working software.
Perfect. And can you tell me a success story where you've seen an organization overcome an elephant in the room?
Probably one of the one success story we did have was kind of just, does this whole Agile thing really work? Is it even something that can possibly be done? And we did it on a project with 150 people and multiple people in different locations, and it was September, and we had to launch this product by January. And if we didn't launch it, we would have lost lots of sales. And in the 6 years that I've been at this unit, we've almost always worked Thanksgiving and Christmas every year. And last year was the first time in the history of this unit that we've never worked Thanksgiving and Christmas. And not only on top of that, but we also launched the product on time, and there was only maybe a few field issues that were not very critical that we had to have resolved within the next couple of days. And I think once our unit saw that this thing actually works, Agile, the elephant, Agile itself works, I think it just started spreading like wildfire. So I think it was just jaw-dropping for everybody to hear that this thing actually does work in the way we implemented it.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.